Hello, my name is Lisa Wilson and I'm an artist and I like to cook. And today I'm going to make a gluten-free meatloaf. I make meatloaf about once a week for my family, and it is my own recipe, and a little bit of this and a pinch of that, a dash of that. That's what is in my meatloaf. But you can follow along, and if you want to make your own meatloaf, use what you like in your meatloaf. Since I'm gluten-free, I have to use gluten-free items. And so let's go ahead and go make a meatloaf. And if you would, please like my tutorial, make a comment below, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. And also you can go look at my other videos and my art videos and like those as well. And leave me a little comment. Even if it's, hi, I was here. That's a good comment from me because I'm new at this, and I'm just having fun and doing my own thing. And I hope that you'll like my YouTube tutorials and videos and things that I'm putting out there. And each week I plan to do anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3, maybe even more videos. It depends on what I have planned and have to do for that week. But come on, let's go make a meatloaf, and let's get this party cooking. All right, let's go make it. Okay, today we're going to make a meatloaf, and I decided that I am going to use the rest of my hamburger that I have, and this pack is 2.5 pounds, and I have about half of that, so about 1.25 pounds, and I place that in the bowl, and I tear it apart with my hands, and yes, my hands are clean. And I do this until it is well tore up. And then next, well, I'm cleaning my hands, and then next I will go and I will get some stewed tomatoes and add those to the bowl. These are canned tomatoes, and they are in little chunks. Okay, then I add 1 egg to my meatloaf, and I mix it well together. And then I add spices together, and this onion powder, and I start mixing. I have onion powder, celery powder, garlic powder. You can put Italian, you can put or oregano, you can put whatever you wish in your meatloaf. Make it your own. But I'm gluten-free, so I have to watch what spices I use. I have to watch everything that I use to make sure that there is no gluten additives in my items. Okay, here I am adding gluten-free oats, and I'm using my hand and putting 4 handfuls, which adds up to be about 1 cup of oats. It's just there to take out the moisture in the meat because the hamburger has a lot of meat grease, and this is ground chuck meat. And you can add breadcrumbs if you're, bread, crumbs or bread, chunks of bread, if you want to, along with your spices. And you can also add green peppers and onions and garlic, red and yellow onions, or green peppers, excuse me. And here I have a loaf pan lined with foil, and I am putting my meatloaf into the pan. I have to turn the pan so you can see a little better. But here I'm putting the meatloaf in the pan and spreading it out, flattening it out with my fork. And It doesn't have to be perfect. I cook the meatloaf for my family about once a week. So, you know, I'm used to making it, and I just put it in the pan. And here I am taking ketchup and dousing some of that on the top. Just squeeze it out. You can use moderation with, you know, whatever you prefer, however much ketchup that you like. And I'm going to spread it out with the fork and get it smoothed out onto the pan. And then I add salt and pepper to the top of my meatloaf. Because once again, this is gluten-free, and I don't eat a lot of salt or pepper and nothing with gluten. I try to stay away. And then I bake my meatloaf in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes on 400 degrees until it's nice and brown around the edges and everything is cooked through thoroughly, and there's no more red showing in the meatloaf. And you can use whatever that you wish into your meatloaf. Like I said, my spices that I use are onion powder, garlic powder, celery powder. You can also use Italian. You can use a little bit of cayenne to give it a little bit of a kick. You can also use whatever, oregano, whatever that you prefer to put in your meatloaf to give it flavor for you. A little salt and pepper, and you could add, like I said, you can chop up an onion and have onion. You can have garlic. You can have green, yellow, and red peppers. And I use ketchup to layer on top of mine. But you don't have to put the ketchup on the top. And you can use oats. These are gluten-free oats because I'm gluten-free. But you can put oats in there, and it takes up the moisture that is in the meat. That's what I prefer, is the gluten-free oats. And also you can you can use breadcrumbs, toasted bread and breadcrumbs. You can put those in your meatloaf, and that will do the same thing. But for me, I prefer the oats. Okay, and just do what you like best in your meatloaf. There's different things that you can put in it, and the way that you enjoy it. But I like mine well, fairly done, and no red in the hamburger, and I just like my meatloaf done. So here we go, and my meatloaf is done, and this is what it looks like. Isn't it pretty?